Hey guys, this is my friendly reminder to help keep you safe during this snowy season. I took the time to write down a few notes on how I feel that you can prepare for the next horrible snowstorm, which I know people in my hometown have recently gone through, sitting in their car for 8+ hours or worse, or completely losing their car at all because, it fell into a snowbank and, never to be seen again. These are awful occurrences. They happen way too much because people are unprepared. It was well established in my own life to be prepared for the absolute worst. I know we don't want the worst, but you have to prepare for it. We all have to prepare for the worst. So I compiled a short list, a short video, a few tips that I've picked up along the way, things I've asked friends of mine, family members, etc. What we should do to stay safe during this season. Now, first and foremost, something we can never ever live without, and if you are, you're not human, and that is water. You don't need this big of water. You can get a bunch of little bottles, keep them in your trunk. Even if they freeze, you can defrost it. Doesn't stay frozen forever. And if not, just chew on the ice cube. What more can I tell you? Water is crucial. If you get stuck in your car, you're gonna want water. You're gonna wish you had it. Trust me. Now, another thing you might want to make sure you have with you, and I keep with me in my purse all the time, not for safety, but for in case of emergencies. I have this knife. I got it at Walmart. It's the cutest thing. It's a rainbow knife. It's quite beautiful. But the thing that is most attractive about it is this seatbelt cutter. Now, if you get pinned and you can't dislodge your seatbelt to let yourself or your passengers out, you cut away at the seatbelt. I'm not going to demonstrate because there's no emergency, and you will be able to get out of your car. This is a very important, very cheap tool. I bought it for like $7 in Walmart. Good investment. I've had it for years. Continuing on with the route of safety, I also had purchased a first aid kit for 1 or 2 people, since I am a one person. I have a dog, but he doesn't ask for much. But it's got pretty much all the crucials you'd need. I take it with me hiking, but I keep it in my car. It has even like fire starters and compasses and tweezers, first aid gauze, band-aids, cleansing towelettes, ace bandages, the works. They're also real cheap, and this is something you should be spending your money on, not useless crap. Anyway, getting started to the more car specific, I got this when I got my first car. This is my lifesaver. This has saved my lives. I've also used it to help my friends. Things that are in this bag. One thing that's not in there anymore, because I used it, was a glow stick. It came in handy when I'd run out of gasoline while on the road where there's snow, and I was waiting for my ride, so I snapped it and I put it in the back window so they could see me. However, it was kind of a waste of time because it was old, brittle, and it cracked all over me. Made a mess, and the snow covering my car would have blocked it out anyway. So don't bother with a glow stick. That's my experience. Emergency glow sticks, they work just when you're all covered in snow, and don't leave it in your car because they get brittle and then they don't work properly. We don't want that. So in this bag we have one of the most important things you could have: jumper cables. This is a short set. I had to park really close to my friend's car when I helped them the one time that I did, but they were able to call me and I was able to help them the day they got their car stuck in the snow, and the battery died. I've been there, you've been there, any car owner has been there. Car batteries just die, and there's not much we can do but help each other out. Moving on. So what else came in here? I didn't need it at the time that I thought I did because it was like a little malfunction. I just had to tweak a few wires, but keep an extra light bulb for your headlights. At least one extra in your car. Because, you know, there can be one day the cop stops you. Sorry, ma'am, sir, whatever. Your car's, you're missing a light. Okay, officer, I didn't know about that. But I got another one right here. Maybe they'll get you off easy for being so prepared. You can take care of the problem as soon as you get home, whatever. Problem solved. Anyway, moving on. Something I haven't had to use yet is this. This is a siphon. Don't use it to steal other people's gas. Only in emergencies. Moving on. And this, I'm sure you have to be about 10 feet away to see this. Emergency help! Help sign. Yeah, these come in handy. Mine's a little bit small, but, well, if someone is paying enough attention and they read it, they might just come help you. Moving on. Oh, that's an empty bag. That probably had my cables in it. These are also some prep pads, like, and bandages that came in my car first aid. Not my hiking first aid that I showed you before, my car first aid. So I am out the wazoo prepared with bandages and wipes and such. You know, in case you hurt yourself, which I tend to do. This is an interesting little thing. This is a pair of gloves. See the little, these are fingers. They put a pair of gloves in there in case you don't want to touch it. You know, there's a lot of things that we don't want to touch with our bare hands, so it's always good to have a pair of gloves. And this, I haven't needed it yet because I am always wearing a coat. I'm always cold, but it is an emergency poncho. See it? Yeah, I guess if you're out, you have to change your tire because you got a flat and you have to put the donut on so you can get home and order a new tire. And it's raining, that would suck. But you have an emergency poncho to keep yourself kind of dry. Moving on from that is one of my favorite pieces out of this bag, and it's something I bought separate, and this is the tire gauge. What you do is you go to your tire, you unscrew the little the stopper, you put this end over the stopper and it blows air onto it. This side pops out and it'll show you how much pressure is in your tire. For mine, it should stop at 30 because my tires for my car, my Impala, they take 30 psi. If it's less than that, you're going to want to fill it. If it's more than that, let a little bit out and make sure all 4 tires have the same amount of air. If you're not sure, check your car's owner manual. And it will tell you how much you need in your tires, which is very important for a car owner and very important for a new car owner to know. And okay, so that's that for the safety. Oh, one more thing, a blanket. I don't have one of my my list of things I'm showing you, but there's one on the couch. Always remember a blanket, an extra coat, anything, because if you run out of gas, you're going to get very cold. Now, a few more points I want to point out is you want to give yourself plenty of extra time and be aware that it's going to take you longer. You're going to have to go slower. You're going to have to be careful, and you're going to have to be conscious of the other idiots on the road. There are plenty of them. Believe me, I've seen them. We've all seen them. Some of them are them. And do not check your phone. Don't document your experience while you're driving in dangerous conditions. The moment you take to look from here, away from the road, to on your phone, or over there, or over there, you're not watching what's ahead of you. You're gonna be the idiot that crashes into somebody. I hate to say it. And definitely, if you see on the news or your phone's weather that there's gonna be snow, go fill your gas tank. Go fill it to the brim. If you can't afford it, ask someone to help you fill it, especially if you need to get out. You must have plenty of gas, or you will be the person that's stranded on the side of the road with no gas in the storm. And that sucks because you're going to be cold and you're going to be wishing you had this blanket. Alright. So, and also, when you know there's going to be a snow, you're going to want to take out your tire gauge and check your tires to make sure that you will not have any tire problems. Also check your fluids, you know, your oil and your transmission fluid and your power steering fluid. If any of those are low, add to them. If power steering is low, go get it checked. Go have a professional check it, because you do not want to be without the ability to steer your car in any direction. I've been there. I had to get my power steering replaced. It was a nightmare. I was without my car for a week. It was dreadful. I put it off too long, so I'm letting you guys know that before you suffer the same fate. It sucked. To be blunt, it sucked. Big time. Now, also, I'm going to just check here to see what else we have. Oh, definitely, please remember to do this. Tell someone where you're gonna be. You don't want to be that mystery person that gets lost in the storm. I saw it on the news, you see it on social media, you know. You have to let someone know where you are, especially in these conditions. Even if you don't know the person well enough, that's still someone who knows where you are. And say, you can tell them like, hey, if I don't check in an hour, come look for me. Or, you know, something dramatic like that. But someone has to know where you are. And if you're bringing your kids with you, I hope you're a good driver. For their sake. Because we really don't want to put someone else's life at risk because of your bad driving. And you have to be conscious of every little detail on the road, especially during these times when there's, you know, you can't see the road. It's all covered in snow. People are sliding. People are freaking out. Don't be that person. If you can, if you absolutely can, please, 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 just stay home. If you can avoid it, just stay home. And that's the best advice. If you have to go to work and your boss said, no, you have to stay till the end of the day, which one of my friends told me, and that was ridiculous. They ended up staying at their job all night. They stayed there. They just stayed there until the roads were clear. So stay off the roads. Let the plows do their work. They can't do their work when everyone's on the road. They can't plow you out of the way with the snow. It doesn't work that way. And nor can they weave around all the traffic to get, you know, the roads clear so you can get home. So the more people that are out on the road while these guys are trying to do their work, the harder it's going to be for you to get home. For real. So I say these things because I care. And because I've been there and I've talked to other people who have been there. And it's pretty much a form of life if you're in a snowy area. You have to know how to be prepared. And schools, if they close before it even starts, don't yell at them. They want to get the kids home before the madness begins. And I don't know why back in the day they stayed open till the very last, well, it might get bad, so let's take them home. They waited a lot longer back then. They're starting to get better now, but it's still chaos. So, we need to work together to lessen the chaos and make everyone's trip there and back and home and to work, to school, anywhere. And we need to make all that and this holiday season worth our time. We need to make it so, you know, we don't see on the news these people, these tragedies, you know, whole families, their car slides out of control, turns over, the whole family's gone. I hate hearing those stories. So if more people took more caution, more lives would get saved. I say this from my heart to yours. Stay safe and have a happy holiday season. Bye.